Internet of Things, or IoT for short, is the name for the vast and growing network of interrelated computing devices, machines, and objects that are provided with unique identifiers, or UIDs, and have the ability to transfer data over a network without human interaction. In addition to its many applications in medicine, agriculture, and industry, the IoT includes an array of devices in our own homes, including smart TVs, refrigerators, baby monitors, and thermostats. Many of these smart home devices, however, are vulnerable to eavesdropping attacks. Let's look at a few common IoT eavesdropping attacks. Amazon's Alexa and Google Home. Both of these popular devices rely on third-party developers for the hundreds of apps that give these so much of their usefulness. But by sharing the features and functions of these devices with so many developers, manufacturers have essentially opened a massive backdoor through which cybercriminals can enter to install malware and eavesdrop on your conversations. Smart doorbells. With the increasing popularity of smart doorbells and other webcam-enabled devices, cybercriminals have begun to use a specialized IoT search engine called Shodan to search for unsecured devices or devices that have a default password in place. Once they've chosen a device to intrude upon, cybercriminals can then eavesdrop on homes and yards to gather personal information or use the device to access other devices on the same network. Device hijacking. Smart appliances like washing machines and refrigerators are especially vulnerable to being hijacked by cybercriminals, since they rarely have their default passwords changed. Once hijacked, they can be used as a foothold to infect every other device on the network. Here are a few quick ways to secure your IoT devices from eavesdropping. Update firmware. All of your IoT or smart home devices operate on some kind of firmware, and most of them require some type of manual updating in order to receive bug patches and security updates from the manufacturer. Manage your account passwords. Your IoT devices will likely all require phone apps to manage them. As convenient as it may seem to repeat the same password across all your IoT apps, it basically sets the table for cybercriminals to feast on your privacy. Create a unique, complex password for each app and use a password manager to store and remember them all for you. Separate your networks. Your refrigerator and your laptop should never be on the same network. Most routers give the user the capability to set up a secondary guest network to run alongside their regular Wi-Fi network. By creating a guest network, you can separate your IoT devices from devices containing sensitive personal information and create more bandwidth for streaming.